Now, online entrepreneur Zhenya Svetnenko's just received the top gong at the 40 Under 40 Awards in Western Australia. The 30-year-old became a multi-millionaire after pioneering an SMS gateway technology, delivering entertainment alerts to mobile phones. Sky News business reporter Julia Wood met with Ms. Svetnenko to find out just how it all began.
With the coming of premium SMS. And premium SMS is basically a way of charging a customer for premium services via their phone bill. And that was a very attractive system to me because it allows for very low overheads. And then the next thing, obviously, I needed to find a product that consumers would want. And there was a whole bunch of things that I tried, not all of them worked. And it was entertainment services. When I started trying entertainment services is when I realized that is sort of there's mass demand for that. And some of the things that we did were joke of the day, so the customer gets a joke on their phone every day. Things like horoscopes, predictions. So then the third part of that was how to distribute my product. And it was kind of, I guess the timing there was very crucial because Google AdWords just rolled out their platform. So I very quickly learned how to use Google AdWords and became the master of it. And that is how I distributed my product. And I guess the last piece of the puzzle was the development of my SMS gateway technology. So that, I guess, put me in a whole different league to other competitors that were out there. And there wasn't that many, but there were some. My gateway technology allowed me to distribute my services very rapidly. I was able to develop my services very rapidly. So let's just say, you know, I was doing weather alerts. And this is, mind you, before the iPhones, before someone can jump on the iPhone and just check the weather. So this is like, you know, 2005, 2006. So let's just say I want to jump from one service, test one service, and then jump to another service. I was able to develop that within literally half an hour, whereas for some other competitors, they would have to go for a third-party system where they have to contact their support department, request a new service to be provisioned. I was able to provision all that on my own end, on my own gateway. So that allowed for the rapid delivery of the services and rapid development.
And I wanted to ask you as well about your take-up of Google AdWords. The fact that it was still a very new technology must have meant that you could take full advantage of the subversive nature of the advertising before people actually understood about AdWords and started cottoning on to the advertising potential.
That certainly played to my advantage. I mean, I was the first person, in fact, to show Google the power of their content network. So just to distinguish, Google first rolled out their contextual search platform, which means that if you type a word fridges, then on your side you'll get a result, you get sponsored links, which are ads by fridge companies selling fridges. So that was part of their system. The second part of their system was to take publishers, websites such as Facebook, MySpace, on board, and then sell advertising space on those sites to advertisers such as myself. Now, that system was completely unexplored at the time when I started. And so I was the first person to actually take advantage of that and show Google that it is that effective. I mean, our advertising spends, when I say our again, it was my advertising spends at the time, were hitting, at one time, $250,000 a day. That's how powerful it actually was. I was able to spend that much money. That's how much power there was in it. And so, of course, that played to my advantage, that not many people actually realized that, and I was the first person to actually take true control of it.
And now AdWords usually works on a cost-per-click basis, but you managed to negotiate a cost-per-acquisition deal.
We started, originally, I started working on a cost-per-click basis. So Google rolled out their cost-per-click and and CPM, cost per thousand impressions system, which means you either pay when someone clicks on your ad or you pay for every 1,000 people that have actually seen your ad. So those are the two systems that Google initially rolled out, and that's what we did. That's a very risky way of doing business, because imagine if you have an ad that attracts people, but then when they land on your page, no one actually wants to buy your product. Well, you've paid for all those clicks, but no one is buying your product, so you're not making any money. So you got to make sure that your ad relates to your website, and you've got to make sure that your product actually sells. At the moment, the kosher way of doing business in the internet space is, and especially in my space, is through a cost per acquisition model. And that's what I switched to later on down the track, which means that I'm only paying Google or another traffic provider simply only when they acquire me a customer. So I pay them a commission. And how that works is I know that a customer is worth to me X dollars, so I'll pay a publisher X minus whatever my margin is dollars.
And I understand that you're making moves to expand the service to make it available in South America, in Russia, in Mexico and Europe. So what's in store for 2011 here?
I think all those markets have potential. We are trying, we've experimented with Russia. Russia is a challenging market. Their infrastructure, I think, hasn't really been set up properly to accommodate premium SMS, but that's a developing process. It's a process in development, I think. So with any luck, all those markets will develop and we'll be able to capitalize on, obviously, the population and the internet penetration rate. Because obviously we advertise on the internet, so we need the people to be on the internet.
And I understand that you're working on a new business venture though, a socialite media. What's all of this about?
The statistics are that 90% of all of Australians under 30 have used some kind of social media, and 55% of everyone in Perth has used Facebook. Now, that's a staggering statistic. Now, a lot of businesses have their marketing spend, they're spending their money on TV, they're spending their money on the internet, but they're not really engaging in social media. Now, when you've got such a vast majority of people looking at social media and engaging in social media, it only makes sense for businesses to be able to engage them in that. So what we're doing with Socialite Media Company is providing any business in Australia and internationally with a social media personal assistant. What does that mean? That means that what we're doing is we're supplying fan pages and management of fan pages. We make YouTube videos, we set up their LinkedIn profile, we manage their Twitter, and we continuously monitor their Facebook interaction and just about every other channel of social media that the business chooses they want to be involved in, and we advise on that. So that allows businesses obviously to engage audience in a completely brand new way, in a modern way, and in a way that I think is the way of the future.